During a COVID-friendly virtual roundtable, Kamala Harris slipped on her words while speaking to small business owners in Arizona. The error seems small, but it did not go unnoticed. Users on Twitter and Facebook are paying attention and asking some disconcerting questions. Could former Vice President Joe Biden simply be a placeholder for Harris? Will the two essentially switch roles behind the scenes of the White House? Let's see what exactly Kamala Harris said during Monday's virtual roundtable. After Harris told Arizona's small business owners that they have an ally in her, she stated, "A Harris administration together with Joe Biden as the President of the United States." She clarified, the Biden-Harris administration will provide access to $100 billion in low-interest loans and investments from minority business owners. But the damage had been done. The slip was enough to call into question who is really in reach of presidential power. Are we voting for Biden? Yes, Biden in name, but Monday's comments open up the possibility that Americans will get Kamala Harris in practice. Many Twitter critiques questioned, was this a simple misstatement, a true and genuine slip, or was this a classic Kinsley guffaw? A Kinsley guffaw is a term named after journalist Michael Kinsley, who said, "A guffaw is when a politician tells the truth, some obvious truth he isn't supposed to say." Did Harris tell some obvious truth she isn't supposed to say? Let's take a look. It took the DNC a long time to announce Biden's running mate. When Kamala Harris was officially named as Biden's vice president, many people asked a simple question: why Kamala Harris? President Trump weighed in on the matter itself, turning to Twitter on August 19th. But didn't she call him racist? Didn't she say he was incompetent? Republican National Convention chairwoman Rhonda McDaniel has further scrutinized Harris publicly on Fox News, stating that it just shows that the Democratic Party has thrown away the moderate wing of their party. The president and RNC chairwoman McDaniel both make valid points. Biden and Harris were enemies throughout the Democratic primaries, and Harris comes with a polarizing political agenda. During the Democratic primary debates, Harris and Biden's rivalry was palpable, with Kamala once calling Biden's recollections of working with segregationist senators hurtful, just short of labeling his actions racist. Racial justice is an important cause for Harris, who has publicly supported the Black Lives Matter movement and recently visited the family of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin, who was shot and injured by a police officer. Race is also a part of Kamala's identity, as she was born to an Indian-Jamaican family. She reminisced about her upbringing in her Democratic National Convention speech, sharing that, "My mother raised us to be proud, strong Black women." Though it seems like Biden and Harris worked out their differences since joining forces, the crucial question still is unanswered: why Kamala? While there's no clear answer to that question, Harris has given U.S. citizens an accidental clue. Whatever happened to the age-old saying, "keep your cards close to your chest"? Well, Kamala's accidental tattle suggested a different game plan. Concerns about Joe Biden's cognitive function have been raised since he emerged as a Democratic candidate. However, the Joe Biden 2020 campaign has denied that he's having issues of that nature. Some have speculated that Biden might be in cognitive decline and that the role of president might be too much for him. Others point to the inherent danger that COVID-19 pandemic poses to his health. The virus disproportionately affects older people, and with 77 years under his belt, Joe certainly qualifies. He is more susceptible to the virus and at a heightened risk of serious complications, which is the reason why he's been operating the majority of his campaign from his basement, holding events with the help of a team of aides who keep everything clean and under specific conditions. Meanwhile, the Trump 2020 campaign has been far more active despite Trump's age and with proper precautions. When Biden does hold events, media access is limited to a small group of reporters. These reporters share quotes and other event notes to campaign press groups. Some say this allows Biden's campaign to tightly control the narrative and what is released about the candidate. This kid-proofing of Biden is worrisome. If he must stay in his basement for the foreseeable future, how will he do his job should he be elected? It's likely there will be coronavirus cases. To add to this, Nancy Pelosi suggested recently that Biden shouldn't debate Trump, a comment that renewed doubts in Biden's cognitive ability. Why would the Speaker of the House advise the nominee of her party to not participate in presidential debates? On September 29th, we'll find out if the liberal candidate can stand his ground against incumbent President Trump during that very first debate, which will be hosted by Fox News anchor Chris Wallace. Considering Biden's careful campaign, Nancy Pelosi's anti-democratic device, and Harris' Freudian slip, the real agenda of the Biden-Harris campaign might be a bit different than the 2020 DNC highlights they would have led you to assume.